Yeah, nigga, I'm still fucking with you. Still waters run deep. Still Snoop Dogg and D.R.E. Nah, nigga.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Rob, and yeah, today we're going to be starting construction on our front door panels. It's going to be a little bit till we can actually put speakers in it. We have to get a second amplifier first, but you know what? It's going to be relatively inexpensive for me to make these, probably around $50 in materials, because I don't really have any bondo. I don't have any fabric left to fiberglass. I have next to no resin left. So I'm gonna have to buy all that stuff, which isn't a big deal. You know, I used a lot of it doing the back doors, as well as, of course, walling off the box. Oh, fuck, I'm hitting a chair over here. But yeah, so I gotta get some more supplies, so probably about $50. And if you guys remember, from when we made the back doors, we also made the speaker pods already. So all we gotta really do today is just cut this door panel up slightly. I'll show you guys exactly what we're gonna be doing, and then mount the speaker pods. And it's gonna be the first link down in the description if you want to see how I made the speaker pods and everything, because I did that probably like 2 months ago when I started making the back doors, just because I had all the materials out anyway, and it gave me something to do on a couple of days where I didn't have to work. So I definitely hope you guys enjoy the video coming up. Definitely be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and everything you guys do. And yeah, if you guys have any questions for anything that I'm doing in these videos, be sure to ask. I've been getting a lot of questions lately, and I've been answering them as soon as I see them. I usually check this channel 2 to 3 times a day, so you know, definitely be sure to drop a comment, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Tell me how your fucking day's going, something. So I'll see you guys in the next part. Alright, so exactly what we're going to be doing is we're going to have to be cutting off this little storage area, as well as it has a little cup holder in there. We got to cut that off. It's fucking gross in there, holy shit. But this does, I think, just kind of pull off, because you can see right in here, there's some fucking little mounting areas and some pins that hold this in. And I don't know if I've never really tried to take these off. So, I mean, they're not going back on the door, so we're just cutting it off anyway if I can't get it off nicely. I really don't care how it ends up coming out, because all of the little pins and areas that stick up right here, we're going to be cutting off and then bondoing in this little indent right here so it has a nice smooth incline going down. But yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be cutting this up. We just got a new Dremel too. Where the fuck did it go? Right here. The Dremel 200. It's like the middle of the line one that they had at Home Depot. It's not, the nicest one, but it's also not the worst one that they have either. I figure this should be more than sufficient for just our little purposes of cutting plastic and maybe sanding down some really intricate areas on some later projects. But we're going to get started cutting these up and taking them apart right now. Alright guys, so as you can see, we got this little panel ripped off right here. It was just a couple of pins that just kind of stick in here. As you can see, I pretty much broke every single one taking it out. So if you gotta remove something like this in your car, I guess be much more careful, because I mean, I literally just fucking ripped them out and broke every single clip besides that one and that one. But like I was saying, we were gonna be cutting these off anyway. It kind of looks like that it was like glued in here or something. I wonder if this is something that maybe the previous owner did, because this car did have one more owner before I bought it. So I wonder if that's maybe something the previous owner did, or if it just comes from the factory like that. And looking back here on the other side, it does look like you may be able to like push these out to get it out easier. Like, you see that though? It definitely looks like that this was like glued in or something. And these doors are fucking filthy, holy shit. That's why we're redoing them. But either way, we're gonna get to using the Dremel right over here. We're gonna go through, I already cut that one off. I just wanted to see how this Dremel worked. This little pin right there, we cut that off. But other than that, we're gonna be cutting this cup holder off. And I think all of this down here, I think that we're really just gonna go through and bondo that up. Because in my mind, there's really no point in doing that. As well as some of this isn't even going to be seen from how we're going to be doing the fiberglassing. It's not all going to be seen anyway, because like one of the speakers is going to be like right about here, and the other is going to be right in this area-ish. Or I might do them like more at an incline going this way. I haven't really decided yet, but once I get them out here, we'll figure it out together. And then the tweeters are definitely going right up in this area. That's without a doubt. I measured them out for that area. But with the 6.5s, we got some mobility here. Okay guys, I'm gonna try to do this on video. I don't know how safe it'll be, trying to use a high-speed Dremel on video, but we're gonna try to get it done. I gotta get a fucking tripod for shit like this. So, hey guys, as you can see, we got a fucking hole here now. We got the cup holder cut out. Took a little bit. I wanted to get it nice and flush like this, so it's just going to be super easy to bondo over, as well as just be able to wrap it as a whole too. You know, I didn't want to create more work for myself than I really had to. Next thing we're going to be doing is we're going to go get the speaker pods. We're going to plant them out. We're going to screw them into the doors. And then after that, I think we're going to maybe do some bondoing of these areas, maybe. We gotta cut this too. The fucking leather started coming up, the factory leather, so we're gonna go ahead and cut that as well. But yeah, I want to do as much as possible today while I have the day off and all of my materials out, but I really don't have much material to work with, so we're gonna see what we can do. All right guys, so I figured it out. This is exactly where we're gonna be putting the 6.5s. Because once this is all screwed down and everything, we can still have access right here to be able to open and close our door from the inside of the door panel, no problems. As well as we can still put our original stock screws in, because I like keeping my door panels mounted as stock as possible. It makes things a whole lot freaking easier. So we're going to be going ahead doing that right now. And first thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be putting one screw in through the back to this one. One through the back on this one. Then we're going to be doing the other side and getting everything mounted. I'll be showing you guys that. And we also got the tweeter pods right here, which are going to be going just about there, something like that. But yeah, we'll figure out where the tweeters are going once we get the 6.5 spot mounted on each door. Then we'll come back at you guys and figure out exactly where we're going to be putting those tweeters. Alright guys, so as you can see, I got my door panel upside down, kind of balanced on the speaker pods right now, which this right here is the easiest way to get everything perfectly lined up, especially if you're not doing this on like a brand new panel that you're making out of full wood or whatever other materials. We obviously really can't mark on this too well accurate measurements going from side to side, so lining it up like this is the easiest way, and then you can just go ahead and just check through the bottom. You see that you have this leg right here, so you line it up on top, and then you can just simply screw into it and do that for each and every one. So we're gonna go through doing that individually real quick, and then figure out where the fuck we're putting our tweeters. All right, so you can see we got driver's side door all mounted up. Some of the screws split the wood a little bit, but we're going to be doing the same thing as we did last time. We're going to take some PL glue and just fill that up, as well as fill in these areas underneath to really make this as solid as possible. Because this wasn't on a flat surface, not every single piece is going to be flat. This side pretty much is. Kind of surprising because I mounted it in the same exact way. There was just a couple of different where I put shit on this side was a little bit different, like how I actually set it up. But pretty much the same, slightly higher up I think on that side, but whatever, nobody's gonna notice anyway. I mean, not very many people are gonna go to the driver's side, stare at it, and go to the passenger side and stare at it. So pretty close, I'm happy with it. Next thing we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be taking our tweeter pods up here. One's gonna be going right fucking there, and the other one's gonna be going just about fucking there. I tried to screw these together, but I was having issues, so I gotta mount these separately, but they're pretty much gonna be going like something like that. These little ear type cutouts, that's for the positive and negative terminals on these SoundCube Super Tweeters. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and mount those next. These should be relatively easy to mount because they're so small. We're just gonna be doing the same thing on that side, probably about 1.5 inches, 2 inches in from each side. And then yeah, pretty much call it a day. Maybe we'll go through, we're definitely going to do the PL glue here. Maybe, I'll take a look. If we have enough Bondo, I think I might go through, fill this up, and that'll probably be the end of today's video. But, let's get back to work. Alright guys, so as you can see, we got our 6.5 mount bracket done, and then we got our tweeters done. A little bit of flex coming from the top of the door, like the whole thing as a whole, you see. So when I move those, it flexes. Well, that flexes. We're gonna try to do something about that though along the way, maybe. Same thing over here. Got these mounted. Got our 6.5s mounted. Real quick though, we're gonna go get some of our PL glue just to fill up some of these cracks down here with a wood split, as well as fill in all these underneath areas, just to make this even more secure. Because I mean, either way, once we fiberglass it in, we shouldn't have any issue. But I still want to make sure that we're not going to have any issue with like these vibrating, even though the speakers will be on wood and not metal. Probably shouldn't make a sound, but I don't want to take the chance. So we're going to go ahead and you know, just get this done. Alright guys, so we actually couldn't find our PL glue. I don't know where the fuck it is. So we're just going to use this Gorilla wood glue. It's what I used on the back doors, and it worked out perfectly fine. I'm really curious now about where the fuck my PL glue is. I'm going to try to go find that, because it would make it 10 times easier to fill in these spots at the bottom. We're going to use this to at least fill in the cracks or the wood split a little bit, and maybe we'll just use some bondo to fill in those areas at the bottom, because it'll do the same exact thing as the PL glue would do. So we're going to get started on that right now. Really basic, you know, we're just going to squirt. Fucking won't come out. Like I was saying, we're just going to go squirt all. What the fuck? Come out! Oh my god, this fucking glue, holy shit. This is making me, oh fuck, I dropped it. Alright, I think I got it a little bit looser. Oh, there we go. We got some squirting action. Yeah, get it all over, all that white stuff on there. But then we're just gonna take that and just make sure we get it in the crack 100%. That'll fully seal it, because this wood glue, when it's glued to wood, like wood to wood like this, it's literally stronger than nails. So this will definitely do us some justice. And then, like I said, we'll just take the bondo and, you know, cover up those outside voids. But that's all we're doing right now, so we're going to go ahead and do that. And then I'll decide if we're doing bondo today. Alright guys, so as you can see, we filled all of the cracks in the wood with our wood glue. And that's really it that we're going to be doing for today. And I mean, there's going to be more in this video just for today as a whole, because, well, it's starting to look like it's gonna fucking rain again, and I'm pretty tired, honestly. You know, with working this much, you know, 6 days a week at the fucking shop, and then having Sundays, I gotta jam a whole shit ton of stuff to do into one day. And I'm not really in too much of a rush to get these doors done right now. I don't even have speakers or an amp for them. So, you know, I'm not, like I said, I'm not in a rush. We're gonna go ahead, clean everything up, and then probably within the next few days, we'll go ahead, bondo all of this shit up, as well as bondo up the sides of these just to give them a little bit more strength to make sure we don't get any vibration. Because like I said, once it's fiberglassed in, we're not going to have to worry about them going anywhere whatsoever. I mean, they're not going to move. We could take the screws out of them and they're not going to go anywhere. But just in the meantime, as well as just to add a little bit more strength in the long run. Alright guys, so finally, it's like a week later since we fucking made the like, foundation of our speaker pods. It's about a week later. Just been super busy working at the shop and everything, but we're finally doing the bondo around these edges right here to make them flush, make them strong. It's not really going to add too much strength. It's more or less just going to make sure they stay there, and the fiberglass is what's really going to add all of our strength that we're going to need. So we're just going to take our bondo and mix it up till it's like a light pink color. And then we can get to working with it. Make sure you don't use too much hardener, because that's an issue I've had before, is using too much hardener, and then this shit hardens way too fast, and it makes it a lot harder to sand as well. Like, we need to add a little bit more bondo to that. Yeah, just, I mean, really make sure that you get a consistent light pink color. I'll kind of show you guys what you really want to go for. Something like that. Maybe a little bit lighter than what the color of this is, but this will be fine for us. And make sure you use this shit quickly. So we're gonna take it first and go around the edges, and we're just really just trying to make sure it's in there. That one's pretty good and pretty flat, so we don't really have to worry about that. But it's mostly like on these inside edges over here that I'm doing now. We just got to make sure that we fill up that area and just really just bring the bondo up, because that's going to add a lot of strength and make sure it stays. Alright guys, so as you can see, we went through, we did the first door panel. We pretty much did this one too. We just got to fill in some of these smaller spots on the tweeter here. We're pretty much out of bondo. So I got the main area on both of these right over here. Got those nice and filled in at the bottom. That's really it. There's a small spot there, but I think that one's gonna have to just stay how it is. Oh, we got enough for it. But either way, I hope you guys definitely did enjoy the video of us, putting the bracing for the pods on, as well as doing the bondo here to mostly fill up these areas right over here. We're gonna go through with the sander and just put it like a softer edge on this, just to make it even easier when we go through to actually do our fiberglass thing. And on some of the areas, there is still a little bit of bumps, but like over here, for example, we got a little one there, and it goes in and out a little bit, but it's not as deep, and that was the main thing, was how deep it was. The fabric would have completely just formed to it, and it would have looked like shit, as well as just to make it a little bit easier in the beginning processes, because of course we can go back through later on and add more bondo before we go ahead and wrap them. That's really it for today, guys. Definitely hope you guys did enjoy, and as always, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and all of that cool shit you guys do for me here on YouTube. This is Rob, and I'm out. Peace, guys. I hope you enjoyed.
I got my own weed, sucker, so I ain't gotta hit yours. I'm talking straight endo. Cali weed blowing like a Rastaman. Pussy straight from a